inside my own world of make-believe.
All right, and we are back. Tonight we have Erik The Goon.
What is up, Keith?
Not much, man. Sort of ask questions. I don't know where I'm going with this. So we got you coming up in a big rematch with Mitchel Vaughn coming up here November 9th in Catlettsburg. That was your debut. Mm-hmm. So tell me, I know you've evolved a lot since then, and tell me a little about your camp and what we should expect to see this time.
Well, I can guarantee you one thing, and that's that I've never been in a boring fight. And I've fought some challenging opponents, whether it be in the stand-up department, whether it be in the wrestling department. I've faced them. I've went through them head on, and I may not have got the victory against Mitchel Vaughn. You know, congratulations to you, Mitch. You did get me in round one. I give you respect where credit is due, and you were the better man that night. But the thing is, I've had 11 months to re-prepare for you. And my wrestling, my jiu-jitsu has done nothing but level up. And I'm working with high-level guys. I'm working on the cage. I'm going to be working with some guys at Mahindra, one of the highest talked about wrestling programs in the state of West Virginia, if not the best in the state. Working alongside with Josh Humphreys, one of the best wrestlers to ever come out of West Virginia in of itself. So be ready when you can't take me down, because we're going to be ready to brawl for 9 minutes. And he should know very well, just like I do, in that fight, he didn't land anything on the feet. So if he can't get me down, he's in for a long, long night.
That was man, that was an absolute war. I believe. Did you drop him in the first round with a punch?
I almost did. I almost dropped him in the first round. He did. No matter what he says, I mean, it's on video. You know, I had him with a 2-3-2, and he was taking those steps back, and you can obviously see on camera his knees go to give. But in my first fight, me being, having that unexperience right there, I went for a leaping gazelle hook, which to a wrestler that's already got his head low, that was just, I'm sure he was salivating over that. And so he took a shot when I gave him the opportunity, and that was my fault. So I won't give him that opportunity this time. I'm going to be patient. But yeah, I did not drop him. I did wobble him. I did hurt him. There was a Superman punch he threw in the first round too that I slipped beautifully. Oh my gosh, I have a great clip of it. But yeah, I slipped back 2-3 right on it. I love it.
I've watched that fight a few times, but it's been a minute. It's probably been 6 months or so since I've seen it, so I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch. But I've seen it a few times.
Oh yeah, and like I said, man, I give the kid credit. He beat me that night, but yeah, my wrestling, my jiu-jitsu has evolved so much. I'm ready to showcase that. Mm-hmm. In that first fight, I even believe that I had the jiu-jitsu to win that fight, and I had the grappling to win that fight in the first fight. The first round, I threw up like 3 or 4 sub attempts off my back, and even on the ground, he didn't have any dominating fashion except for side control for the last 10 seconds. I think for the first round, he finally got past my guard. And, but I mean, dude, I was just, I don't know, like I mentally lost it a little bit because I don't know. First MMA fight in the cage, everything, the nerves, everything hit. Like I did just have karate combat before that, but like, it's different, obviously, now the ground is involved. Now the wrestling, the grappling, the jiu-jitsu, there's nothing that's not getting ready to be imposed on you except elbows, of course. But, so it was, I don't know. Erik mentally was not there that night like he should have been, but I can promise everybody November 9th, I am looking and feeling good. Anyone and everyone that's in my circle right now knows how hard I've been working and knows how good I'm looking and ready for this fight. And, it's going to be a hell of a fight. And I've been telling people, people like think I'm crazy when I say it, but I don't want to finish Mitch. I don't want to knock him out. Of course, it would be awesome. Like, don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But I want to take him through 9 minutes of hell. For anyone that questions my cardio, yeah, I got gassed in my last fight with Chance Grillett in kickboxing, but guess what? I took out on a week's notice, and there's a lot of things behind the scenes. But November 9th, I'm coming to put on a performance. I'm coming to put on a showcase to let people know that I am the best 125-pounder around. And after this fight, I want to be calling for that title.
I like to hear that. Now, you're joining on this card. You're joined on this card with several teammates. So you're going through fight camp with basically your whole team.
We're going to war together, baby.
So we've got right now, you, Sheldon Starcher, Preston Starcher, Stan Chang, and Dominic Baker. And I mean, Roman's basically in there too, because Roman is, I believe he's got another fight coming up before then, and he's fighting December for our lightweight kickboxing title here in Lexington.
Oh yeah.
The whole team's preparing together, and we should have a few grapplers on the card once that's made.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So right now, 5 of you guys, in MMA or kickboxing on the night. So what's it like going through fight camp, with so many guys on the team?
It's honestly so much, like, not to say better, but like, it's just, when you're in there sparring right now, it's almost like there's not someone that's getting ready for something so important. So everyone's on their A game. Everyone's on their P's and Q's in their sparring. We're not, when I'm sparring Brody, he's sadly not able to get on the card, but Brody Folks, everyone knows him. He's on point. He's looking sharp. He's not giving me an inch. Stan's not giving me an inch. They're wanting to, they want to impose their threats. They want to look good. They want to feel good in there, and so do I. So it's just a room of guys, and Roman, everybody, Preston, Sheldon, all of our guys that are getting ready for these fights are just absolute animals getting ready to go to war, and we're not going to let each other fail. Like, if something happens in the cage, it happens. We can't do nothing for each other inside of there. It's on ourselves. But the workload we're putting in, the preparation we're putting in, people think we're cocky, we're a bunch of assholes. But we're very confident in the work that we put in, and we work really hard. And speaking for myself and my guys, like, the workload's been put in. We still have a little over 4 weeks left, and I'm excited for my performance, all my guys' performances, even our grapplers. Our grapplers are going to come out there looking good, looking sharp. And there really, truly hasn't been a boring fight from Category 5 Jiu-Jitsu in general. So
right.
With this many people from our gym on this card, like, guys, get your tickets now. Like, this night's going to be a movie overall. Like, just be ready to see this stuff November 9th.
I believe he's said it all here. I'm pumped, man. We got Sheldon Starcher fighting for the title. He's coming off of a big knockout.
Mm-hmm.
Preston Starcher in a fight with a guy that's going to stand with him. Usually Preston's getting in there with somebody who's just shooting for the ankles. So right. Preston's fighting another stand-up guy. Got Dominic Baker coming in, looking to pick up a big win. Stan Chang versus Isaac Bucky. So that's Isaac just got back from Thailand. He's been getting some training over there. So that's going to be a solid fight. And then you and Mitch, some exciting fights for the whole team.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking forward to every one of those.
Oh, yeah. Like, go running down the list, man. Like, starting off with, Sheldon. He's got that title fight against Griffin Liam Bruno. I think that's how you say it. Sorry if I butchered your name, buddy. But that's going to be one heck of a fight. Sheldon just come off a crazy knockout over Samuel Kinker. That guy never got knocked out in his MMA career, and Sheldon was the first guy to do it with a nasty uppercut from hell. If you've seen that, if you haven't got to see it, make sure you go back, watch that. That was solid. And then Preston, he's got the fight. This guy's going to be one of his first guys that are actually ready to stand and bang and fight. So I'm excited for Preston to get that opportunity to be able to showcase his skills on the feet and wherever the fight takes place. Dominic's up against Toro Bays. Toro Bays has a bad track record, so we want to keep it that way. So hopefully Dom goes in there and does what he needs to do. And Stan and Isaac, that is a very fun, exciting fight. And like you said, Isaac's been over in Thailand. He's got a few fights over there, and since his loss to Brody Folks. So he's been getting over there. I know he got a couple, I think he might have got a couple wins or so, and he's a respectable guy. He always, talks to us nicely. So all respect to Bucky. But Stan's coming in there to win. Stan's going to win this fight. Stan's looking sharp. Everybody that, Stan's 38 years old. Nobody knows that. And the dude moves around like he's still 20. So Stan's ready to put on and I think he got on his kickboxing fight. He had, I think he got fight of the night. I might be wrong, but he was, I mean, if not, made like probably deserving as hell of fight of the night in his last kickboxing fight.
I don't know if we gave an award out that night, but if we do, it's them for sure.
Oh yeah, that was nonstop back and forth, just action, and then Stan just once he got in that groove, it was just one-sided action, and it was just that was a beautiful performance for Stan. Stan also was off of a week's notice as well, so that was awesome. And I don't know if anybody knows this, but I'm going to shout out Stan because of this. Stan Chang, on his way to that fight, got into a car accident. Someone rear-ended him as he was getting off the interstate on his way to Catlettsburg for the fight with his wife and kids and the dog in the car. Like, they had the whole gang in the car. Got rear-ended. Luckily, they all made it out with, just maybe a little bit of back and neck injury, just being a little sore and banged up from it. Car got a good bit damaged up from the back. But the man finished his route, got to Catlettsburg, came in there, whooped some ass, went home and dealt with his bullshit. I mean, hey, there's character right there.
Yeah, he never said a word about it, man. That's just
no. He didn't let it bother him.
Take care of business.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what he did. He came in there ready to work, looked good, felt good, went out there and performed very good. His opponent was very. I'm not trying to diss him, but I don't remember his name. But he was a hell of an opponent. He had a bunch of, he had a bunch of big sponsors. He was a good name, and he put on a good fight. And to have fight of the night, it takes two to get that. Otherwise you get performance of the night. So they had a hell of a fight, and I'm ready to see Stan go out there against Isaac and do the same thing again, alongside with all my guys. I'm super excited to see Roman in December go capture technically his fourth belt in just a short few months. He got the new line Cagefighting 160-pound boxing title, the Doghouse 165-pound boxing title. The next week, our gym had what's called the King of the Mat, which is basically a jiu-jitsu battle royale free-for-all. And there's probably like 30-some competitors out there. Roman ended up being last man standing and won. And we had a belt for it, so he technically got a belt there. So he's James Barney's number 4. James Barney's number 4.
Don't forget, he got a boxing belt down in Myrtle Beach a few years ago.
Yeah, he got the belt for the win. It wasn't like
it was belts for trophies, basically.
Yeah, belts for trophies, which is still sick as hell. Like, I mean, I'd like a belt for winning and then still looks sick. So, yeah, I mean, he does technically have 5 already.
Yeah.
In total. So, or 4, excuse me. And he's going to be getting his 5th one. But, yeah, bros building up.
The tough man titles, which they didn't come with belts, but I think he got some jackets.
Yeah, he got the jacket. Roman's building up a pretty collection right now. So,
is he still 19? Is he 20 now?
He's 20 now, yeah. That's what's crazy. When you think of when people watch him, you're like, man, that kid's only 20. Like, yeah. Be ready for when he actually hits his adult primal years.
Yeah.
And
he's gonna be dangerous.
Oh yeah. I'm super excited for him. He works extremely hard. One of the hardest workers in that gym. Always first one in, last one out, and he deserves everything coming his way right now.
For sure. And the hard work, it shows. It definitely shows because he's...
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not even saying the first time I saw him, he's came a long way, but the first time I saw him, he looked great too. So, I mean, he was solid the first time I see him, and he's just more and more impressive every time. And especially that last one, fighting a guy like Chris Percival, who's, I mean, awesome. I mean, Chris came in and beat one of the best boxers on our roster, and then Roman came in and ran through him. And, I mean, that says a lot.
Oh, yeah. And, he made good work of Chris Percival, and, respect to Chris. He is a tough guy, like you said. He's got a bunch of accolades and stuff behind him, and he deserves it because he's went out there and he's been a dog. But, like we say, we put in the work. We're very confident in everything that we do, and we expect what we get. And when Roman's going out there and making really good guys look beginner and not get off on him at all, that's because of the work that we're putting in. And, anybody's welcome. We're in Hurricane, West Virginia with Category 5 Jiu-Jitsu. If you're around the area, you want to get better, come on down, come train with us. Let's do it. But if you're going to stand on the other side of us, well, be prepared because I promise you we are working our asses off. So I hope you are too.
Category 5 is one of the newer teams in the state, and already they might be the most active right now. Might be winning the most fights out of any of the gyms that I know of. The team, every time I talk to you guys, the membership has gone up more and more and more. You had to move into a bigger facility. You were just telling me earlier the kids' class has doubled. Just everything is trending in the right direction, growing.
And, yeah, man. Our new gym is beautiful. And I'd said it while we were chit-chatting before the live, but I'm definitely going to say it now while we are, recorded on here. I want to give the most biggest, massivest, as big as I can, shout out to Wes Thompson, Christy Thompson, his family, and everybody that came together and helped build Category 5 Jiu-Jitsu into what it is now, and the sacrifices that him and his family have made to get us into this new facility and give us double the mat space, double the wall space, an extra cage wall in there for us to work on, 4 different types of new heavy bags, and just the sheer size of the facility and everything that comes with it. Is just, it's when you get to see it transition from what it was into where we are now, and seeing the group that we have, man, it's a beautiful thing. And
yeah,
the best thing, nobody that comes to our school will ever complain about things because we have such a great culture over there. We're there no one's there for ego wars. No one's there to hurt each other. If you are, you get dealt with and you get told to leave. Like, it's that simple. We don't put up with it. And our culture in there is family friendly. We're and don't get it twisted. We're a bunch of people that come in there to work, but we got people that are high level athletes, hobbyists, moms and dads coming in there working out, groups of everybody. So we have a gym where everybody is welcome and you get to train alongside with everybody, and nobody's getting hurt. Nobody's getting their feelings hurt. Everybody's having a great time growing together. And that's the most beautiful thing that Wes Thompson and Christy Thompson have been able to build inside of Category 5 Jiu-Jitsu. And like I said, they deserve the biggest shout out possible over there because they have put in so much for us to be able to do this. And, but yeah, the Thompson family has done so much for me in this short time that I've known them in almost 2 years now, that I'm forever grateful. And Category 5 Jiu-Jitsu will always be known as my home.
Good people, man. Good people. Wes and everybody there, and solid jiu-jitsu program. MMA, I believe you have an MMA program now. The kickboxing class is running. That's new.
Yeah, so me and Roman Belcher, we are officially the 2 head instructors of our new kickboxing program, which is friendly of all levels. It's going to be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, starting this next Tuesday coming up, and 5:30 to 6:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the evening, and then Saturdays will be 3 to 4 p.m. And what these classes will be hand holding, bag work, learning technique, learning how to fight at the beginner level all the way up to advanced. So you got 2 guys that are highly decorated, know what they're doing in there, giving back their knowledge. With Roman, like we were just talking about, he is 9-10-0 right now. Undefeated in boxing, undefeated in kickboxing. He has yet to face a loss in a fight. So if you don't want to learn from that, you're insane. And you got a guy like me, myself, I'm an active MMA fighter, actively pushing myself, been on former junior U.S. team member in karate. So you got a very, very good dynamic too between the 2 of us that everyone's going to get, good mix of styles. With Roman kind of being like the head coach of it right now, it's going to be a great program. I'm super excited to get it started and rolling, and it's going to make C5 grow more as a whole too. And anybody in the area, man, if you want to come get some striking, come hit up me, Roman, West, Category 5 Jiu-Jitsu on Facebook, all of it. We'd love to get you in there. And like I said, it's friendly to all ranks. There won't be any sparring. Our sparring sessions are held privately outside of those classes. For the fighters. So we take care of that in our own time. And we get a lot of it in. But these classes that we have on our schedule right now are going to be friendly for all levels and get people, whether you want to work out, you want to be a fighter, you are a fighter, want to sharpen your skills, whatever it is, everyone's going to be able to benefit.
You heard it here. All right, everybody, November 9th, Catlettsburg,
November
Kentucky,
9th, baby.
The Boyd Convention and Arts Center, just off I-64. If you're on the West Virginia side, it's literally 10 minutes from Huntington, if that. Really easy to get to, not far. And pay-per-view is going to be on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. So, all right, that's all I've got tonight, Erik. I appreciate you coming on, and looking forward to it, my friend.
Hey, thank you, brother. Guys, like he said, get your tickets now before they sell out, because I guarantee you this Catlettsburg show is going to sell out. With all of our fighters on there, with all the fighters on there, it's such a massive card. Me and Mitchell are the biggest anticipated fight on the card right now. It's going to be the biggest rematch in New Line cage fighting history. It's got the most shares. It's got the biggest implement. So I promise you guys, I'm not going to just come out there and let that just be the thing. I'm going to come out there and show why that's that. And all my guys are going to show why we represent Category 5 Jiu-Jitsu. Stan, Preston, Sheldon, Dominic, myself, we're all going to go out there. All of our grapplers are getting on there. Justin Butcher, I know he's already getting a match on there, so I'm excited to get to see him compete again. But yeah, guys, get your tickets, get the pay-per-view, whatever it is, but make sure you're there November 9th to see us go crazy, because I promise you guys it's going to be the best show you've seen. Quality, quantity, the amount of fight. If you like fights, if you like to see violence, come out there, because you're going to get it November 9th. Promise.
We promise violence.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
Quote
November 9th.
Vanderlei Silva.
But yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching, and
cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.